BRICS statement, Brazil,
Yeah.
2020. Okay, go ahead, Eleanor John.
Okay, all right, very good. UNESCO, the UN Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization for All Humanity. This whole paragraph talks about previous meetings, but how they're planning even future things as a catalyst for sustainable development, which will include the economic growth, the intrinsic value, nurturing solidarity, dialogue, collaboration, and cooperation in all dimensions and from all perspectives. So this is, I didn't know when the World Heritage List was written in Paris in 1972, which fostered international solidarity and shared responsibility to conserve the the histories and the cultures and the even the places of statues, and that this is part of humans' development. So I really love this 112. If you have any questions,
Let me read the Farsi part.
sure.
ما بر تعهد خود برای افزایش همکاری‌های بین‌المللی در آموزش علم، فرهنگ، اطلاعات و توجه پیچیدگی چالش‌ها تاکید می‌کنیم. اونچه که در اساسنامه یونسکو اومده برای تقویت همکاری که بایستی برابری گفتگو، فعالیت‌های برنامه‌ریزی شده در اجتماع بایستی بر اساس اونها باشه اشاره می‌کنیم. ما به اهمیت همکاری بریکس در زمینه حفظ میراث فرهنگی تاکید میکنیم و یادآوری میشیم از کنفرانس جهانی یونسکو در مورد سیاست‌های فرهنگی و توسعه پایدار و هر دو اعلامیه رهبران G20 در دهلی نو و ریو د ژانیرو. ما قدرت به عنوان یک کاتالیزور برای توسعه پایدار میشناسیم. همچنین ارزش ذاتی آن را در پرورش همبستگی، گفتگو و همکاری به رسمیت میشناسیم. Okay.
Very good.
There were two groups meetings of G20 that reinforce this kind of unity. Okay, 113. Anybody has question, comment? No. 113. Let's go.
Okay. Oh, did you want me to summarize?
Yes, please.
Okay.
In English.
Okay. This was about a traditional sport culture. Traditional local indigenous sports among the BRICS countries and around the world, that the cooperation in areas of sports, developing national, traditional, and non-Olympic sports. I was surprised about this. The encouragement of athletes to participate.
Why are you surprised? I'm sorry.
Because I always knew that it was mostly the Western European and countries that were, but also for many years, Russia was way ahead of the US. I mean, their athletes. But the fact that they want to include and have the events held on the territory of BRICS countries so that they, in the field of physical culture and sports. So the memorandum of understanding in this field took place during the BRICS sports ministers meeting, and they acknowledged or identified that they require a BRICS state sport cooperation framework in order to implement such cultural sports and physical sports and non-Olympic sports involvement. So I think this is the beginning. I don't know. Isn't it the beginning of a broader understanding?
right? I mean, there are indigenous sports. Like in Iran, you have the guys who are like half naked with the big dumbbells going like this.
Oh,
Pan,
You know
yeah.
that one? Pahlavan. That's not an
Huh.
Olympic sport. It's only specific of Iran for thousands of years. Or
Wow.
in Mongolia, they have racing horses
Yes. Oh my
with
God.
children because as jockeys, because they're small, they don't weigh much, so the whole horse can run faster.
Oh my
That's probably
God.
child abuse in the West, right? They have like annual receptions and races, and their presidents sit there, and that's a big part of their culture. So I don't know what other. I'm sure they're like.
There must be in African cultures. There must be.
I'm
uh,
sure there are many different.
yeah,
Or
Wow.
the Japanese, the wrestlers,
Oh,
right?
yes.
That's not an Olympic thing. That's just
yep,
Japanese, right?
Hmm, hmm.
yeah, and there are several other Japanese sports like kendo, which is sort of a fake fencing with different kinds of swords from the regular fencing. That's not an Olympic sport, but
Hmm.
Right.
I
So
practice.
that's what they're talking about.
Good.
Okay, may I read the Farsi?
Sure, please.
113 ما تاکید میکنیم همه کشورهای بریکس فرهنگ ورزشی سنتی غنی دارن، توافق میکنن که ورزش‌های سنتی محلی و بومی حمایت کنند. در این زمینه تشویق ورزشکاران به شرکت در رویدادهای ورزشی بین‌المللی برگزار شده. اوکی. در قلمرو کشورهای بریکس این انجام میشه. ما از
Hmm.
تصویب یادداشت تفاهم در مورد همکاری فرهنگ بدنی و ورزش در نشست وزرای ورزش بریکس استقبال میکنیم و نیاز داریم به چارچوب همکاری ورزشی کشورهای بریکس. Okay, we should really look up all of these subcommittees and see their minutes or something. I really want to know what is happening in these subcommittees actually.
Yeah. Hmm.
What's the
Yep,
activities? I would really like to know.
the
Because
BRICS
this
mean
is
what happened in early July was a summit meeting of the presidents or prime ministers, but before that, they had almost a whole cabinet meeting, similar cabinet position people in other BRICS countries, and preparing, um, at a more granular level, preparing what should be a policy for BRICS as a whole. In
Hmm.
uh, I don't think that in the West meetings, it's basically just the president, prime minister, secretary of state, or whatever corresponds to that. Uh,
Hmm.
okay, but as we go further, they're talking about people's involvement.
oh yeah,
It's not about the ministers and the governments. So
yeah.
these subcommittees seem to
That's
be,
what
have been
it,
created for people's
that
interconnection.
that's what Alan says. That in Western meetings they are like this, but in BRICS they have previous uh, preparation, lot of preparation. Yeah, but I think Ellie's point is somewhat different. That right. It
Yeah, my
also
point is it
very
wasn't the ministers. It's,
down at people level and right. Local government level.
I
Right.
mean,
So
that's what it's saying. So let's see what it's saying. Let's just,
right, right.
because so far it's been, okay, government to government. Now
Yeah,
they're talking about people.
yeah.
Are we into one? Oh, wow. Look at that, Ellie. I see yours. Important people, active subject. Are we in are we up to 114?
115.
Wait, we skipped one. Oh, I
Did
want.
you? I just read that. Okay, go ahead, read.
Oh, okay.
I thought you
Oh,
did
that's
114.
now I understand.
Sorry, did
Okay.
I go ahead? Go
I,
ahead,
I
read it if you
just,
didn't.
in 114, a critical aspect, and I think that's what you were getting at, Ellie, the centrality of the human being. Like AI can displace and hurt vulnerable people like women, with inequality, job displacement, and the whole goal. I agree now. I understand what you were saying, protecting, socially protecting workers' rights and preserving it was a beautiful sentence to me, preserving the centrality of the human being.
Yeah.
I just, it's so simple, but it's so profound. Okay. All right. I'm sorry. Let me
Can
go
you
on.
go
Yeah, to
115?
115. Yeah, I know we're getting
sorry,
late. Okay. 115 BRICS. Okay, again, people to people exchanges, develop our economies. Brazil's chairmanship, oh my God, they went through a list. I put numbers, they only named them. The Parliamentary Forum, the Business Council, the Women's Business Alliance, the Youth Council. Number 5, the Trade Union Forum. Number 6, the Think Tank Council. Number 7, the Academic Forum. I don't know. I must have been asleep when I wrote that. Forum. Forum. Number 8, Dean's Forum. Dean, the dean. I don't know, universities, whatever. Civil Council. Number 10, Small and Medium Enterprises Forum. 11, the Association of Cities and Municipalities. There is a difference between a big city and a small municipality. 12, the Supreme Audit Institution. 13, the Legal Forum. 14, the BRICS Supreme Court. Woo! And 15, the heads of BRICS prosecution services. And 116, respect. Oh, that's very, very thorough. That is a process that's been going on, and the building of all of those things since the whole concept of BRICS was introduced. And look how developed they have come. Wonderful. Ellie, you want to read
116 as a continuation of 115? Go ahead.
Yeah, actually it is. Yes,
ahead.
respect, thank you. Respect the diversity of cultures. Highly value inheritance. I thought that was interesting. Innovation and creativity, international people-to-people exchanges, and the adoption of the UN resolution. Oh my God! Wait. The UN resolution. I can't read my own writing. Yeah, 78 286. That was declared by the UN General Assembly, the International Day for Dialogue. Now, all of these sound wonderful, but the UN has fallen short on this. And what I see happening, I believe, is that they have taken seriously, not only seriously, it is within the Universal Declaration. I'm sorry. What?
Nothing.
I'm sorry. Oh, I thought somebody. The Universal Declaration of Human Rights obligations under international human rights law. And I believe it is the Global South countries. Colombia came out and called Israel what it is, a genocider. And he wasted no words. And he said they have to be stopped. So this is people to people. Okay, I didn't get to 117 yet.
Okay, yeah. But just side note, that the UN annual meetings of head of state is in September.
Yes.
24, 25, something. And all heads of state come. And this is the time that they're going to be like France, Germany, and somebody else is going to acknowledge Palestine as a country. So what they did, U.S. is not giving Mahmoud Abbas visa.
I heard.
So he cannot attend this summit.
Oh, really?
What a load of crap. They should move the UN somewhere else, to Geneva.
That's what I was going to say.
They have no right to do this.
We should not have the UN in New York.
No.
It should be. I agree.
Yeah, I mean, it's its own country, for God's sake. Like, Half of the budget of New York is provided by UN. They should really just move it. Bankrupt New York. Who cares? Okay, 115. This is exciting. ما مجدداً بر اهمیت تبادلات مردم با مردم بریکس در افزایش درک متقابل، دوستی و همکاری تاکید میکنیم. ما اذعان داریم که تبادلات مردم اینا از پیشرفت‌های حاصل شده تحت ریاست برزیل در 2025 از جمله لیست ساب گروپس، مجمع پارلمانی، شورای تجاری، اتحادیه تجاری زنان، شورای جوانان، مجمع اتحادیه‌های کارگری، شورای اتاق فکر، مجمع دانشگاهی، مجمع رؤسای دانشگاه، شورای مدنی، مجمع شرکت‌های کوچک و متوسط، انجمن شهر و شهرداری‌ها، نهادهای عالی حسابداری، مجمع حقوقی، نشست رؤسای دانشگاه‌های عالی بریکس و نشست رؤسای خدمات دادستانی بریکس. 15 subgroups that met in 2025.
Yep.
So we should look them all up. Okay, 116. احترام به تنوع فرهنگ‌ها و همکاری بین‌المللی مردم با مردم به رسمیت شناختن تصویب قطعنامه مجمع عمومی سازمان ملل A-78286 با عنوان روز جهانی گفتگو میان تمدن. Okay.
Okay.
So, 117.
Yeah. Okay. Did you see me disappear for a moment? My chair lost this screw.
Oh.
I'll fix it later. I don't think my chair will.
Chair? Your chair
Yes,
will be safe. I mean, don't fall
I
off
think
the
so, but
chair.
I'm like, what the heck was that noise? Okay, here we go. 117. BRICS XI, which is 11 parliamentary forum, the women parliamentarians, the International Affairs Committee chairpersons, June 3rd through 5 in Brasilia, which is wait, why did I go back to, oh, here, sorry. The key pillars are collective efforts fostering mutual understanding and building trust among nations, supporting peaceful resolution of conflicts. This is talking about Palestine, and Sudan and so many other places, promoting inclusiveness, solidarity, and sustainable development. So they tie all of these things as one unit to be paid attention to. It's a very, very good. Okay, I finished.
اوکی، ما برگزاری موافقت آمیز 11مین مجمع پارلمانی بریکس شامل نشست نمایندگان زن پارلمان و نشست رؤسای کمیته امور بین‌المللی در برزیلیا 3 تا 5 ژوئن 2025 رو تحسین میکنیم. Okay, now I just want to bring up that Ghalibaf, our head of parliament, attended a similar conference recently. Was
Oh,
it in Lebanon? Where was it? And he was like talking shit. But
Ghalibaf?
where was he? Where was he? He was like a subgroup of the international community.
I don't know.
Where was he? And he was like giving a big speech, and I'm wondering he's not invited to other places. Let me see where he was. In heads of parliament meeting.
Oh, yeah, I saw something, but I forgot. You're right. I don't remember.
Session. Okay. All of heads of parliament of international parliament.
It wasn't, I don't think it was
World
11.
Conference,
Confirm your going.
July 29, Geneva, Switzerland. Ghalibaf, Switzerland trip and interparliamentary. Yeah.
Yes.
Geneva. Okay.
Wow.
It was in Geneva, and he was there, and he talked a lot. Okay.
Was that bad?
Well, no,
What he
that's
said?
good. That's good. I thought somewhere back of my head was he was in Lebanon or something.
Mm.
He was in an
No, I think,
actual international meeting,
yeah, trying to
which is good.
speak to these stupid Europeans, not
Yeah.
stupid, these
Like,
cunning.
my God, I remember when, what's his name? Gaddafi for the first time came to UN. You guys remember that he was
Who?
right? Gaddafi, Muhammad Gaddafi, Libya,
Gaddafi. Oh, I barely
Gaddafi.
remember.
Uh-huh. Oh, he lived in a tent in Central Park or something, and he
Oh,
was riding a
yes.
horse going to the meeting,
Oh,
and then he spoke
yes.
90 minutes at the UN,
It
90
hurt
minutes
me.
or more. And he was the one who presented, why don't you move the UN to like Geneva? I am
He
jet lagged.
did.
This
He
trip is
did.
too long. Let's just go to Geneva and we don't have to get blackmailed every time. I love the UN summits. I used to love
Oh,
them.
I know. I remember that so
Now
well.
I'm so bored. I don't even watch. I mean, it was Morales and Castro, Ahmadinejad. Who was the African guy? Oh, they were awesome. What was the
Mm.
The Kenya guy who kicked out
They killed all of them.
the
They killed all
English?
of the
They
leaders.
killed
They
them
killed
proudly.
them. Oh
Yeah,
my God.
Hugo
It's horrible.
Chavez. Ahmadinejad is not dead yet, and they couldn't kill Castro, but I'm sure. I mean,
Well, they
Arafat, I'm
tried
sure they
many
killed.
times.
Hugo Chavez, I'm sure they killed.
Oh, they did.
Okay, 118. Go ahead.
Okay, the structural funding to strengthen youth public policies with reliable data. This youth-led fora, these gatherings and conferences, town halls, organized and driven by young people to advocate for change, whether it's climate action or health or even social justice, where they can articulate their views to influence stakeholders. That means the people in power, the governments, the other organizations at the UN, and thereby they will, if this is implemented, they will be empowered to shape a more equitable, sustainable, and inclusive future. And the 11th BRICS Youth Summit in June took place, and they adopted a new memorandum of understanding on youth cooperation. That is super cool. Go ahead. I love the
118
youth.
ما لزوم تقویت سیاست‌های عمومی جوانان رو تاکید می‌کنیم. سیاست‌های اشتغال فراگیر جوانان رو ترویج میدیم که گذارهای مدرسه به کار حمایت می‌کنیم. آموزش حرفه‌ای رو گسترش میدیم و می‌خوایم که بریکس از به طور مشترک جوانان را در دستور کار بریکس انجام دهد. اجلاس جوانان بریکس در ژوئن 2025 در برزیلیا برگزار شد و تفاهم جدید در مورد همکاری جوانان رو تصویب کرد که ما ازش استقبال میکنیم. Okay, 119.
Okay. Appreciating the progress made by the BRICS countries on housing and mitigation, which means decreasing and adapting policies to promote just and resilient urban transition, including all urban services, to reduce inequality, and commend the work of the BRICS Urbanization Forum to strengthen collaboration between government and society. This is kind of like the countryside versus the central city. That's the way I saw it. The central cities where the most developed, they have the towers for the iPhones and blah, blah, blah. So in all countries implementing between government and society at all levels, they want to actually implement the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development and promote the localization of the SDGs. I didn't know what that is. What, Ellen, do you know the SDG? Sustainable Development Goals. Duh. I just got it. Sorry. Okay.
اوکی. ما از پیشرفت حاصل شده توسط کشورهای بریکس در مسکن مقرون به صرفه و پیشبرد سیاست‌های کاهش و سازگاری تحسین کار مسکن شهرنشینی بریکس حمایت میکنیم و دستور کار 20C برای توسعه پایدار و ترویج بومی سازی اهداف توسعه پایدار قدردانی میکنیم. I made a note on the side here, not listed above. In the 15 groups, this one, مجمع شهرنشینی BRICS, the BRICS Urban Dwelling Unit subgroup was not listed. The next one is listed. Okay. 120.
Okay. Do you want to read that in Farsi or you want me to?
No, you start with English.
Okay. All right. The BRICS Business Council, BBC, I thought that was the newspaper. No, the BRICS Business Council contributing to the 2025 agenda. They prepared for it with policy recommendations. And the goal was to boost intra-BRICS trade throughout via digitalization and regulatory cooperation. So they are struggling to implement or utilize not just technology, but probably even AI. Expand the innovative financing instruments because don't forget, just like the UN and all other organizations, somebody has to finance. And financing the instruments and enhancing the logistics connectivity, air traffic routes among BRICS. I thought that was interesting. Who would have thought that? Support the energy transition, foster smart agricultural technologies to advance food security and improve nutrition. This is especially directed, I believe, toward the countryside and develop skills for fair participation in sustainable and digital economy. So these BRIC action-driven initiatives, which they worked on, they want that government action in these areas, as well as conduction of the BRICS Business Forum and the BRICS Solutions Awards. So if Iran or if Ghana or if South Africa came up with a plan that was using digital and digital economy and AI or whatever they use, they should be awarded for that. It said successful conduction of the BRICS Business Forum and the BRICS Solutions Awards. Instead of just words, they probably, I don't know, it could be even financial awards. I'm not sure. Okay, done.
Okay, ما شورای تجاری بریکس BBC رو برای سهمش در دستور کار بریکس 2025 از طریق توصیه های سیاستی به ویژه برای تقویت تجارت درون بریکس از طریق دیجیتالی سازی و ابزارهای مالی نوآورانه و افزایش اتصال لوجستیکی، افزایش مسیرهای هوایی بین بریکس، حمایت از گذار انرژی و فناوری‌های کشاورزی هوشمند و مشارکت عادلانه در اقتصاد پایدار دیجیتال تحسین میکنیم. همچنین از برگزاری موافقت آمیز مجمع تجاری بریکس و جواهز راه حل های بریکس قدردانی میکنیم.
Hmm.
Okay. Yeah, they have
Very
prizes
good.
for
Yes.
innovative solutions.
Good.
Yeah, I
Okay.
want to still on 20, right?
What, Ellen? Say that again.
Still on 120, correct?
Oh, yes, yes.
Yes.
The innovative financing instruments. There are a couple that BRICS is talking about. One is using each other's local currency in a
Oh,
formal way to promote bilateral trade. Does not become subject to the SWIFT. The SWIFT is a of transactions dominated by the U.S.
wow.
Okay, so they're
That's
looking to using each other's local currencies and maybe establishing another sort of wide currency that's not the dollar, but might be based on a collection of gold, different local currencies that are backing up that alternative currency. So BRICS is really looking at very radical things that keep them in the target of the U.S., which dominates the dollar financing system of the world. So,
Ellen, that was critical understanding. I just took notes. Thank you. Because I read the word sustainable digital economy, but that's a very big aim, and that's why the U.S. is scared of them.
Yes.
Local currencies, avoiding the SWIFT. Look at it.
Trump
Look
says,
at how they locked people out of getting their own sustainable funds. Disgusting. The West has done that. So they want to develop an alternative system that'll work.
yep.
Cool. Oh my God.
Oh my goodness.
What are you
As
so?
you know, as part of the threat to Iran, they're saying they're going to start the trigger mechanism. Okay, like
What?
only they know.
Oh
Or
yeah.
they did already.
Snapback. The snapback.
Yeah.
Fucking.
And I was scared. What is that? Like they're all going to go with their guns and do the trigger mechanism? What the hell is this? And they explained to me this is something in the Barjam, in the stupid shit that Zarif designed and signed that is given for punishing Iran. What kind of an
I know.
idiot will go on to actively sign such a thing? And what it entails is if they see Iran diverting from this agreement, they will activate sanctions.
Yeah,
So I
again.
was talking to some friends in Iran. They say, what is left to activate? They've done all the sanctions. There's nothing
Yeah.
left. So go ahead. Screw you. And I
Is
was
that you,
scared. That means
Nori?
there's actual trigger. There is no trigger. Go for it. Like yourself.
Well, no, I mean, okay, but you see, European nations, France and Germany, they have trade relations with Iran still through all this. Now, if they follow El Stupid Head leader, the baby tyrant called Trump in the U.S., who wants them to pull out all the stops and
Actually,
punish.
a lot of them have not because of sanctions and threats of the U.S. like they used to for a long time. When
Yes,
U.S.
yes,
was losing money because Europeans were doing their trade, they didn't care. They were losing money. So then they
yeah,
imposed all these banking regulations and they were forced into not trading with Iran. So I
right.
don't know what they are trading, but there's a whole lot that they're not allowed to trade with Iran. So I don't know what is
Well,
left. What
well,
trade is left?
because they punish those corporations, U.S.
Yeah.
has the
So they're
ability.
they're
They did it
stopping.
with
They're
Cuba. They learned
yeah.
from Cuba.
Yeah,
Ugh.
so they're not. Yeah, this has made a big difference.
Hmm.
Okay, 121.
Yes, okay. This is special. The vital role of women's economic participation in driving sustainable growth. The Women's Business Alliance, WBA, their policy recommendations want to tackle, it means address and change structural barriers, credit, education, healthcare, women's contributions in advancing climate smart agriculture, and the need to assure fair opportunities to thrive. We commend the WBA initiatives to support the women. Now, the startup contest, you have to move, I have to move up in the English one. The startup contest test and the BRICS Women's Development Report. This is business promotion meetings that are taking place. We commit to enhance the budget support with a more budgeting for the women's and the financial literacy for women in the informal economy, including through formalization and social protection measures. Informal like maybe when women have in Africa, like develops, get small business loans, maybe that's an informal economy, like they
Yeah,
used
I
to.
couldn't tell what I have a question. What is unofficial economy? That's informal.
Yeah, I don't.
Oh, this
I
translation says unofficial economy. I didn't know
oh
what that was. In English says informal economy.
yes,
This is a bad
including for
translation.
because I used to when I was on the East Coast, the Westpac, Westchester Coalition for Peace and Justice. Every year we had a trade fair. I am so proud. I have some handmade animals and carvings from African tribes people. That's an informal economy. Well, when they say what did they say in Farsi? Non-institutional,
Unofficial economy.
unofficial. Yes, yeah, because it's really not. Anyway, it's not. They may not have be keeping critical data on this because many of these are literally tribes and people outside of the main city, but they are able to, especially women. I knew about that in the development of sending of small like Singer sewing machines. Anyway, I remember this from the past, so that's what I think this is talking about.
Okay, I thought it was like a digital economy as unofficial. Like
Well,
Bitcoin
they
and
did
stuff.
said expanding digital and financial literacy. Oh,
But I think the informal economy is sort of like what we have around here, cash economy. You have gardeners and house cleaners.
oh,
You never pay by check. You always pay cash
right.
because they're paying by check sort of ties them to the formal structure of the country. And if they're undocumented, they don't want to have many ties to the.
Correct.
Also,
Good.
like the Bitcoin business is like
I
favorite of all the illegal and money launderers. That's what I thought. Anyway, let me read the Farsi. ما نقش حیاتی مشارکت اقتصادی زنان را در پیشبرد رشد پایدار به رسمیت میشناسیم. اتحادیه تجاری زنان WBA برای مقابله با موانع ساختاری تحسین میکنیم. ما سهم زنان در پیشبرد کشاورزی هوشمند اقلیمی، لزوم تضمین فرصت‌های عادلانه برای پیشرفت در اقتصاد پایدار دیجیتال را به رسمیت میشناسیم. ابتکار WBA برای حمایت از کسب و کارهای تحت رهبری زنان، مسابقات استارتاپ، گزارش توسعه زنان بریکس رو تحسین میکنیم. همچنین متعهد به ترویج و افزایش حمایت بودجه بندی برای زنان، گسترش سواد دیجیتال مالی برای زنان در اقتصاد غیر رسمی، از جمله از رسمی سازی و تدابیر حمایت اجتماعی هستیم. Okay. Still not clear to me what that means. Okay, you're probably right. It's probably the little side businesses that women, because it's about women.
Yeah.
It's probably that, like, yeah, house cleaning or sewing or stuff like that. Unofficial businesses.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're
So,
probably not even part of the GDP.
Yeah.
Maybe,
okay,
but okay. What am I up to now? 122?
you're 122.
Okay. All right. Well, this is a continuation, committing to increase financing, strengthening governance, solidarity, resilience in disaster risk reduction, floods, droughts, earthquakes. Anyway, we celebrate the advancements of cooperation reached since 2015. And they created the Joint Task Force, which talks exactly about disaster risk. The growing complexity of these risks related to climate change, especially for the global South infrastructure systems, which have been more often severely affected by these extreme weather events. Remember how many people died? Oh my God. I think, well, Pakistan is Pakistan part of BRICS? No. I mean, they've recently had more floods. I mean, we're talking about whole areas,
Yeah.
whole communities, whole villages.
Yeah.
And this causes economic disruption, negative impacts on people's lives. So they want to cooperate to improve the national disaster risk reduction systems. Remember what they did to oh my God, I cried. To Libya. I'm sorry. And let me not interject my idea. We cooperate to improve this disaster risk reduction systems and strengthen capacities for disaster related damage and protecting the infrastructure, the human lives, and the livelihoods. So they have to come up with funding. They have to get some companies to increase their private investment in order to set up this infrastructure development. Now they have came up with a new plan endorsing 2025 to 2028 working plan, which addresses these inequalities to reduce vulnerabilities, early warning systems, resilient infrastructure, integrating knowledge systems. Okay, this is climate change galore, reaffirming to our commitment to equity and resilience. We support the enhanced dialogue on the development of systems for risk monitoring, forecasting disasters. I want to tell you how that one whole part of Libya, because they destroyed with the bombing and the separation, there was no advance warning. So whole sections of human tribes and people were just lost because they couldn't let them know ahead of time, get out and go to higher ground, and they just drowned. It was horrible. Anyway, go ahead, Ellie.
Okay. 122. ما مجدد تعهد خود را در کاهش خطر بلایا تایید میکنیم. ما پیچیدگی رو به رشد خطرات بلایا که به تغییر اقلیم مرتبط هستند به ویژه برای جنوب جهانی رو به رسمیت میشناسیم. ما همکاری خواهیم کرد سیستم های ظرفیت های ملی کاهش خطر بلایا رو برای کاهش خسارت مرتبط با بلایا و حفاظت از زیرساخت ها، جان انسان ها، معیشت، همچنین بسیج بودجه کافی و افزایش سرمایه‌گذاری خصوصی رو بهبود بخشیم. ما برنامه کاری 2025 تا 2028 رو که برای کاهش آسیب پذیری سیستم های هشدار اولیه قوی، قابلیت پاسخ پیش بینی کننده، زیرساخت های انعطاف پذیر، ادغام سیستم های دانش متنوع تمرکز رو تایید میکنیم. تعهد خود رو برای عدالت و انعطاف پذیری مجدد تایید میکنیم. ما از گفتگوی در مورد سیستم های برای نظارت در بریکس، پیش بینی بلایا و عواقب احتمالی آنها حمایت میکنیم.
Wow.
Okay, so 123.
Oh gosh, I didn't highlight anything there. I'm not sure why. The
You just
reports from
read
the
it, it's small.
okay. Presenting reports from the BRICS Business Council, the Women's Business Alliance, and for the first time, they have a BRICS Civil Council at the Rio Summit. The importance of expanded dialogue between BRICS governments and civil society, welcoming the Brazilian chairship's initiative, direct engagement between BRICS Sherpas and representatives of BRICS people-to-people mechanisms. Aren't Sherpas sheep herders or no? Sheep industry?
I don't know. Translation also says Sherpa.
BRICS Sherpas. I
How do you
gotta look
spell
that
that?
up. SHERPAS.
Weren't those the indigenous people in the Himalayas that climbed Mount Everest?
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, exactly. The goats, those mountain goats with the heavy fur. Oh my God. That's an economy. It could be. It is. The Sherpas. I bought a pair of socks that are very warm, made from the wool of the Sherpas.
Okay. 123 ما از ارائه گزارش شورای تجاری بریکس اتحادیه تجاری زنان برای اولین بار از شورای مدنی بریکس تا اجراس ریو استقبال میکنیم. ما بر اهمیت گفتگوی گسترده بین دولت‌های بریکس و جامعه مدنی تاکید میکنیم. ابتکار ریاست برزیل برای تقویت مشارکت مستقیم بین شرپاهای بریکس و نمایندگان مکانیسم‌های مردم با مردم بریکس استقبال میکنیم. Okay, 124.
Sorry.
Try to look up
Okay, BRICS.
Sherpas.
Okay, BRICS membership expansion guiding principles, standards, criteria, procedures adopted at the summit, the BRICS summit in Johannesburg, South Africa. They reaffirmed their commitment to consolidate and strengthen BRICS in line with mutual respect, understanding, sovereign. Each nation has its own entity, full consultation and consensus. It is not a top-down, we make the rules and you follow them. It is, here's what we think, here's what we're working on, what do you think, what have you been working on? We'll exchange that. It's true, much closer to a real democratic reality.
Okay, I just looked up Sherpas. It says our senior officials, typically at the ambassador or vice minister level.
Oh, really? So it's it's a governmental term? That's funny. And I was thinking of my socks.
No,
Good guess. More related than this. For people's involvement.
What Ellie's closely related to what's on the 120 some paragraphs, but the Sherpa I got was a ethnic group in the Himalayas, which country, that helps the European mountain climbers get to the top of summits. And they're all
I googled BRICS Sherpa, not Sherpa. BRICS Sherpa.
BRICS Sherpa.
And so it means the ambassadors, yeah.
Oh, really?
Who serve as the main liaison and lead negotiators for the respective countries within the BRICS bloc. They meet to discuss and prepare for the BRICS Leaders Summit and other ministerial meetings, working to build consensus on the bloc's agenda, which focuses on strengthening global cooperation for a more inclusive and multipolar world order, covering areas like global governance, trade, finance, climate change.
Wow.
That's what this says.
And they talked there. What do you want to say, Ellen? I think the Sherpa was a reality and probably has a historical, and they just maybe have used it in a political sense, a governmental sense, maybe. I don't know.
Okay. You need the word
There
for
was
people,
a
right?
BRICS summit in Kazan, Russia, and they're welcoming their this is important, in various ministerial, because obviously Putin was not there, but the representatives were, and the technical level meetings under Brazilian chairship. So BRICS growing membership, its thematic agenda requires adjustments of the group's working methods, but BRICS acknowledges the ongoing efforts to update the BRICS terms of reference, encourage that this process is carried forward. They want to refine the existing practices to ensure that BRICS remains effective, efficient, responsive, inclusive, and consensus-based. We reaffirm the institutional development is a continuous dynamic process that has to reflect the group's needs and priorities. Our strong belief extending the BRICS dialogue and partnership with EMDs will further contribute to strengthening the spirit of solidarity, true international cooperation for the benefit of all. We need to recognize and establish the common BRICS database. They used to turn everything over to the UN. Look what's happening now. A common BRICS database to facilitate access to relevant documents and background information. So I think they're developing like almost an alternative to the failed UN policies. They're not attacking the UN, but they have to be able to present real live solutions, I think. Okay, that was it. Now the last two are so, yeah, they are.
Can I read the Farsi here? Wait.
Yes, yes, please.
I gotta do the first. با توجه به روند گسترش بریکس با اصول راهنمای استانداردها و معیارها و رویه‌های گسترش عضویت بریکس که در جوهانسبرگ آفریقای جنوبی تصویب شد، ما تعهد خود را برای احترام متقابل و درک برابری حاکمیتی همبستگی دموکراسی گشایش فراگیری همکاری و تداوم تایید میکنیم. ما اهمیت مشارکت کشورهای شریک در همکاری‌های بریکس مطابق با روش‌های رد کشور شریک بریکس. Now what does that mean? That it says we know the importance of contribution of the partnering BRICS countries, and then in quotes روش‌های رد کشور شریک BRICS. What is in quotes there? The methodology of the partnering BRICS countries?
They didn't put it. They put, do you see any? I don't see. Modalities of BRICS partner country category adopted at the BRICS summit at Kazan, Russia.
Right before that. What is in quotes?
I don't see anything in quotes.
We don't see anything in quotes in the English.
Okay, can you read that sentence before the Kazan in English?
Yes. Okay, BRICS membership expansion guiding principles, standards, criteria, and procedures adopted at the BRICS summit at Johannesburg, South Africa. We affirm our commitment to consolidate and strengthen BRICS in line with the group's spirit of mutual respect, understanding, sovereign equality, solidarity, democracy, openness, inclusiveness, collaboration, continuity, full consultation, and consensus. I read the entire first line.
Okay, not that. Right after here, this sentence confuses me. Right here, read that.
Which one?
Continue. The next one.
We emphasize that one?
Yes.
Yes.
The importance of partner countries contributing to BRICS cooperation in accordance with the modalities of BRICS partner country category adopted at the summit at Kazan, Russia. Okay, modalities of BRICS partner country category.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Modality
You know,
very
the reason I asked that question is that Saudi Arabia is not a member. It's something else. That's what I'm asking. Is that the distinction between who is a
right.
member and who is like a partner?
There are 10 countries that they are partners.
No, they're members. Then there are the
No, I
other
understand.
ones, the vague
I
ones,
understand.
like Saudi Arabia. They have a different name. So
You
I was
mentioned
wondering if what
that's
they call.
Partner
the importance
countries.
of partner countries contributing to BRICS cooperation in accordance with the modalities of BRICS partner country category.
Yeah.
So that the modalities must be a set of things that distinguishes partners from full members. And
Good.
Right. There is such a thing. There are two kinds of membership. That's what I was getting at.
Very
Okay.
good. They welcome,
And
yes. The
it
next
was
line
approved.
says,
It was approved at the BRICS meeting at Kazan. در کازان شده این تصویب شده. اوکی. تلاش‌های جاری برای به روز رسانی چارچوب مرجع بریکس رو به رسمیت میشناسیم. اولویت‌های گروه رو منعکس کنیم که گسترش گفتگو و مشارکت بریکس با کشورهای در حال توسعه اقتصادی EMDCS بیشتر به تقویت روی همبستگی همکاری بین المللی کمک خواهد کرد. Okay. So that was it. I think
that was good you asked that. Now I actually understand it in a much better way.
I mean, I'm not sure. Just question came up for me because there is one other kind of membership.
You're right. And that's why they said
expecting 10 more to become members and they didn't. So that's my other big question. There are 10 applications. I think they only accepted one. I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
Well, because Trump came and said, if you remember
he's
when
threatening everybody. So
right.
I'd like to know if they pulled their applications out.
Put that off.
Or what?
Well,
okay,
we
125.
That's it.
Go ahead, do the last two. 125,
yeah,
126.
this is just beautiful recognition.
I'm hitting 1 hour. Okay. This is talking about okay, thank you, BRICS Brazil president, and thank you, India, for next year.
Yes,
I have to
that's
stop
it.
the video.
Okay, darling. Oh, no.